Hi everyone, I'm Aisha. Welcome to my channel, Ginger Yoda. Today I want to talk to you about something that's super dear to my heart, and that's living a cruelty-free life and doing everything that I can to be part of the cruelty-free community. So today I want to talk to you about 5 tips to help you become cruelty-free. The first tip number 1, is the simplest. Assess what you already have. Go through your cupboards and look at your products. Look and see what you have. I'm not just talking your beauty products. I'm talking, your household cleaners, whatever it is that you already have. Check the label. You never know. It could be cruelty free, and chances are that a lot of them are that you have in your home now. A lot of companies are trying to transition to becoming 100% cruelty free. So you'd be surprised at what you actually have at home right now that is labeled cruelty free and is cruelty free. So that's the first tip. Tip number 1, assess what you have. Check out what you have in your home. Tip number 2. Tip number 2 is just to remember that you don't have to do this overnight. Don't become overzealous about it, because every product that you eliminate that is testing on animals and you replace it with a cruelty-free product or a cruelty-free brand, that's great. That's one step in the right direction. That's all that it takes, is one step in the right direction. So don't go crazy. Don't feel overwhelmed by having to just get rid of everything and replace everything. Transition. Do it slowly. Maybe you don't find a makeup right now that you want to swap out, but you find some cleaning products that you want to swap out. That's something. That's absolutely something. Doing something is 1,000,000% better than doing nothing at all. So just don't stress yourself out. Just do it. Take baby steps. Just do it. And if it's one product at a time, that's wonderful. Then it's one product at a time. It's one less company that you're spending money with that still continues to test on animals. Tip number 3. Tip number 3 is to just really understand your ethical boundaries, because there's a lot of companies that are cruelty-free, but their parent companies are not. So you decide whether you want to just completely banish all companies that are not cruelty-free, or you're going to go with companies that are with products and brands that are cruelty-free. That particular brand is cruelty-free. They do not test on animals, but their parent company does. Their parent company sells in China. So you discover and understand your own ethical boundaries on how you want to approach this. You just be a really informed consumer, because that's really the most important. That's really the most important part, is you understanding what it is that you're trying to achieve and why you're trying to achieve it. Understand the reasonings why you're doing it. Tip number 4. There's a ton of great resources online. There's so many great websites online and blogs online and YouTube that gives you information about what brands, what companies are testing on animals. Some things are a little bit harder to determine than others. So use these sites. Check out these sites. There's and I'll link all of them. I'll link the ones that I use on a regular basis down below in the links. And they're just wonderful sites. They update very, very regularly. They're not stale dated. They're constantly evolving and finding more information out. And one thing that a lot of these online blogs and resources do is they email the companies. And I've done that myself too. If I could find information, I've emailed the company direct. I've never had an experience where the company did not get back to me. They've always gotten back to me very promptly, so that's never been a problem. So if you are searching for a product that you really, really love, and maybe you can't find it, you can't determine whether or not it's cruelty-free, go on the company website and shoot them an email. Give them a call. Go on a chat with them. They respond. I haven't had any that have not responded. I'm certain that there are some out there, but I have never had a problem with them not responding. Tip number 5. Tip number 5 is this. Look, every single thing, understand that every move that you make is a huge move in the right direction. You're heading down the path. And just as a consumer, when you begin to purchase cruelty-free products, let's say for instance that you're purchasing, you can't give up a brand that and you know that it's cruelty-free, but the parent company is not cruelty-free. The more consumers that are spending every dollar on that cruelty-free product, on that cruelty-free brand, the parent company sees it. They know, because what we want is to 100% get away from testing on animals. It's just, in this day and age, it's completely unnecessary. So there's no reason to be testing on animals at this day and age on beauty products and household products. It's just completely unnecessary, and everything else for that matter. I'm just being very generic with putting the products that we just kind of buy on a normal daily, weekly basis into just a little bubble, but it expands even more. So know that everything that you do in making this attempt means something. It means something to every, to every animal that's being tested on. And believe me, when I tell you, there are a lot of companies that still test on animals. There are a lot of animals that are tested on, and without going into anything super graphic, it's horrific. It's horrific what is done to these animals just regularly to test for our makeup, our cleaning supplies. So just know that every dollar you spend on a cruelty-free brand is a dollar being taken away from that company that still tests on animals. And it's, we're trying, it's a movement, we're trying to make something happen. So real simple, real short, 5 tips. Tip number 1, assess what you already have. 2, it's not a rush, where this is a marathon. It's not a sprint. So don't rush to just get rid of everything and not know what to do. It's a marathon. It's for the long term. Tip number 3, understand your ethical boundaries. Be an informed consumer. Know exactly what it is what your boundaries are, where you draw your line. Just remember with that every dollar spent on a cruelty-free brand is a dollar not being spent on a brand that is still testing on animals. So just keep that in mind. Tip number 4, tons and tons and tons of resources online. Check them out. I'll link everything that I use, but just check it out. Tip number 5, all of this counts. You as a consumer, every single bit of it counts. You making that move, you starting that transition. Knowledge is power. You telling your friends, them telling 2 friends, them telling 2 friends, and so on and so on and so on. So just start. Just start it. Spend your dollars with companies that do not test on animals, and that'll make you feel good. It will make you feel good once you start doing research. So that's it for me today. Thank every single one of you for watching this. I really, really appreciate it. If you haven't already subscribed, please subscribe down here. I post new content every Wednesday and Sunday. I love having every one of you. I appreciate every one of you. Thank you and have a wonderful day. Bye-bye. There you go. I just got it.